Hi and welcome to Friday's live trading video. This is Charlie. We're just having a look at the markets at the moment. It's just approaching 8 o'clock in the morning. Not seeing anything too much just yet, so we'll come back to it in a bit. Okay, so identified an opportunity on the pound dollar here this morning. Let's just change the ticket size. It always defaults back to one lot. I'm doing 1.5 lot sizes. So looking at a long on the pound dollar here this morning, really based on what's going on the higher time frames as always, and so it's pulled back to its hourly 50 MA, and just looking to see if it can and it's already had a bit of a bounce off of that. As we can see, the hourly 50 was actually it was around about here, so we're just sort of bouncing around that zone. So I'm just looking to see if we can just pull back into these bands. There's some other levels there as well, as with a stop at the low, and see if it can have a bit of a bounce this morning. So I'm looking to get in around, as we can see, somewhere around 126.20 zone. So it doesn't got a couple of pips to go. So we'll see if that can work out. But yeah, I think it's okay. And as far as upside is concerned, 126 upper 126s is the potential. So so we'll see if we can get up into the 126 60s to 70s in the first instance. So that's what I'll be looking for there. Just waiting. Okay, let's press pause while we're waiting. Okay, so we're nearly there. Just waiting to see if we can get down to that sort of 20 zone, where my white line is here. So we're closing in on it, and now I've pressed play on the record again. It's now going to wait, isn't it? So just waiting to see if we can get that entry. The potential is that it may want to come, even if it wants to go high, it may want to come down to these little highs here on the 5-minute chart, but I'm not going to get too fussy with it. And if it just rolls over and stops me out, so be it. So, give it a go here this morning. We've got retail sales out later today, so at 1:30. So there could be some trading done after that as well. So I think there's plenty on the cards here today. And now I'm waiting, aren't I? Right, press pause again. I literally just pressed play again, just as it was there. Honest, it was just there. Right, let's get first unit in. Right, first unit's in at long at 20.4 essentially. So that's 126.20 is the first entry, and I'll get the second one in a sec. Let's just see if it can get down there. First entry's in at 20. Okay, while I'm waiting here, I'll just put the stop loss in on that one. So let's do that. 126. 126. Now that stop being at 126, you could argue, oh, it's at a round number. But I'm putting it down at just at that low. I'm not fussed about, people talk about having stops at lows and stuff, and it's true, it's where retail traders put their stops, but behind lows and highs and stuff, and I do. Depends on the setup as to where I might put that stop. It's not always the case, but on this occasion, looking at the hourly chart, let me just bring it out whilst we're waiting here. This is what I'm looking at. So the stop's down here. There's no need for me to have it much lower than that. Could it come down, nick me out, and then go higher? Yeah, of course, that can always happen. But the way that it's positioned at the moment, I don't really want it coming down to. If it's going to come down and take that low out, there's no point in me being in. That's how I look at that, because the way it's positioned from a momentum perspective, then yeah, I'd rather not be in it if it carries on going down to those lows anyway. So okay, right, here we go. Is the second unit in 18. Okay, so I've got the 2 units in now, and I'll just get the stops sorted out. It could be over very quickly, of course, trade like this, but we'll see. So I'll just get the other stop sorted out, and when we'll come back. Okay, I think I'm probably about to get stopped on the pound, but I'm already looking to get short on the euro. So short 1 unit. Got the wrong position size because I've changed the deal ticket over. 2 units short euro dollar, as I'm just speaking here. with the potential now. Now it's broken that a little bit lower. It's got some momentum building, with the potential to. Cable haven't been stopped out, folks, as yet. It hasn't been there on my chart. But anyway, 2 units short the euro, with the potential to get down to. So I've just shorted it around about 113.40. It needs to at least break 113.31. See you later. Okay, so I've got those 2 units short. I'm talking to the guys. I'm pressing pause. Rachel was talking to me, and I'm forgetting what I've just already said so far on this. So I've got the 2 units short at a euro dollar at around about 40. I'm looking to potentially add to it. I've not liked the overall chart on the euro because it's quite choppy once you come out to the 4-hour charts, but I can't deny the price action here. I have just been stopped out on the pound, so that was a quick one. Let's just bring that up. I said it might be a quick one if it's going to stop out. So far, yeah, those are the 2 entries. Yeah, 20 and 17.9, and I've been stopped out. Oh, bit of slippage there. I got stopped out at 97. You know, my stop was actually at 26. It's got a little bit of slippage there. That's, you know, happens in the market. Anyway, so there's my 2 losses so far. So it's at 2,400, just over 500 quid on that. So I was saying to the guys here that today's just one of those days where it looks like there's potential for a couple of trades. So we've got news to come out later as well. But right now, I'm in the euro dollar on the short side. We're going to have to see. Now, the one thing with the euro, like I've said, is its overall choppiness. But you never know, it might want to come down to those low 113s, and so we'll see if it can get down there. So I'll press pause for now. Okay guys, we're getting close to that first target, so I'm just going to bring up the deal ticket. We're getting close to the first target. Now this is the Charlie trade. I bring up a deal ticket. It means normally as soon as I do this, because we're getting ready to bank half profits at 113.20, as soon as I do that, then the market bounces. So let's see if my 97% win rate strategy works here this morning or not. So we've been having a bit of a laugh about that lately. Every time I bring up a deal ticket to get, as we're getting close to a target level, then the market sort of bounces, as we can see at the moment. We're getting close. Now, why don't I put a limit order in? The reason I don't put a limit order in, for those of you watching this video, is pure and simple. This is a video. I'm recording my trading live, and it makes it a bit more interesting most of the time if I can do it manually and exit manually, and you see me clicking on the buttons and things, then it's just a bit more interesting than just having a limit order and saying, oh, my limit order's been hit. So sometimes I still have to put a limit order in when we're doing these videos, but not today. So and look, it seems to be working. So my strategy so far is working with regards to with regards to this euro dollar. It's getting closer. Let's have a quick look at some of my smaller time frames. Yeah, okay. We're getting closer. Let's put that back onto the hourly chart. Why am I looking at 20, by the way? It's just an overall zone. If I come out to the 4-hour chart, I was saying to the guys in the trading room that we've got all of this sort of level along here, which is around about, call it 113.20. That's a nice enough zone as a first target there. So that's why 113.20 basically. So we're getting very close to that level, obviously. Just have to see if it can sneak down there. Now, if it doesn't, and we do just hold here, let's bring up the deal ticket again, and we do just hold here, then we will, and we get a bounce into the next hour. It's at 8:37 a.m. right now. So if we have a nice strong close down, then in the next candle, if we do bounce, then I'll add again add more units into this. So if we don't come low and we bounce, then I'll add more into it. So right now I'm just sort of waiting here. around. So this will be taking half off of these 2 units. So I've put 2 units in so far. I'll be taking half if we can get down there. So let's see. We're 3 pips away, 2 pips away. Bear in mind we've got to take into consideration the spread, so it won't actually be. It's going to be about 21. So we're on about 20 on the charts. There we are, 20 on the charts out. First half banked on the euro dollar. So okay, we're making up a little bit for that that cable trade this morning. But this is going to be one of those ones where it may be that I've had that loss on cable and I have a winner on euro, and then and then that's it. So first half banked on the euro, and bear in mind I didn't get both of the units in at 150,000. I put the first one in, then realised, didn't I, that it was the wrong position. It was only 100,000, so it's not as big a position as the cable position. So now what happens if the euro can get down there? So we've got the 4-hour charts. What am I looking at? About 0.5, I was saying to the guys. About 0.5, 0.6 is that low there. So yeah, 0.6. So is what I'm sort of looking for there on a day trade basis. Could it go lower than that? Let's go out to the daily charts. Yeah, of course, that's the daily chart here. But around about that low on an intraday basis, that's fine. So let's actually bring that ticket up. And on this one, I will actually just put a limit order in, because the speed that it's moving at the moment, just in case it goes there quick, 113.06. So we're at 113.10 now. Now what it could happen is, if this banks my profit, if it gets down there, I've put the limit order in. Let's bring up the ticket just in case it just goes. If it does just come down and hit that profit target there, then it doesn't mean to say this is over, because there's a lovely big bar down. So if we were to get a retracement again, then I'd look to short it again. So we'll just have to see now if that's going to happen. So either way, the trading's not done for the day. Even if it comes down and takes that second target level, then the second unit, then there could still be, if we get a retracement, another trade opportunity. I'll press pause for now. We're 12 minutes in. Okay, looks like we're about to get there. I think it's going to hit the target. Hey, it's gone. There you go, because I put the limit order in. So there you go. So the euro has hit that target. Now this may not be it for the euro. It could be more trading to be done yet. But anyway, let's bring up the P&L for the euro. Now all that we've have, like I've already said, all I've done is basically just made back the loss from the cable. It would have made back more, but my position size was wrong, because I did that error there. Look, I hadn't changed the deal ticket. If you rewind this back to the beginning of this trade, I forgot and didn't notice. So we should have had 2 deal tickets in at 150,000, and so for that reason, I should have made a bit more there, because on this one it would have been half as that, about another 100 odd quid on top of that. So it should have been a bit more. But anyway, banked £500 so far on that, and I lost just over £500 on the cable, so just made back cable. So that's all right though. Sometimes you trade, and you have a winner, you have a loser, and they and you end up just flat. So that's okay. Now the bar here. So what we've done, the euro has come down and it's taken those lows out. So it's taken any stops that might have been down there. So it's taken those out. But this is a really lovely candle. So I will be looking to trade again at some point if we get a retracement. Now the thing is, this is really a trendless market at the moment. So the risk is that I short it, but by later on the day we just come up, and all of a sudden euro's just sort of back in this range again, and it doesn't follow through. So that is the risk, that the euro does something like that. That it's a lovely short at the moment, but I think there could be a short for pips, and we'll see how that goes, depending on the price action and whether it pulls back and stuff. But it may not be over, what I'm saying, even though we're nearly 15 minutes into this recording today. So a nice busy morning so far today. So you've seen a couple of trades there. This one has got all the momentum on its in its favour. It's just a case of whether we can get a retracement now to get a second opportunity to short it for another leg. But like I said, the risk is this overall price action being the way it is. But we'll see. We'll see if it does set up. I'll come back to this later. Okay, just back, and it's now 12:30 actually. And obviously, we know that the euro dollar came down and stuff. So really, there's nothing more to do. I thought there might. I mean, we've got news coming out in an hour. We have got retail sales coming out, and I have got another trade, maybe potentially, but that's with the traders in the room here. So I think we're going to leave it as it is. So a nice enough, an interesting morning actually. Lots going on. Took the cable trade initially. That lost, what was it, £513, whatever it was, that added up to, and then the euro trade made 496. So you know, it was something like 20 quid adrift. So it's a flat day, but very interesting. And sometimes when you have a losing trade first of all, and then your winning trade pretty much makes back your losses. And it should have been a small profit on top. It's just that, remember, that position size was wrong on one of the units. It can feel quite nice anyway. It's been a good week. We've had some good trades this week. To be fair, I was only in the trading room on Monday, but we had a lovely trade on the pound dollar on the short side on Monday. So for now, I'm going to leave you to it on the video. We're 16 minutes gone, so that's it. So one trade on the cable and one short trade on the euro. The euro overall, if I bring this out a little bit to the daily chart, overall it's still fair, it's still very choppy, but who knows, if it can hold down tonight, there's probably going to be more downside to come. So if it can hold down tonight, there's probably more downside to come. We'll have to see about that. But anyway, I shall leave you to it. Now, next Friday is the last day of the year for videos. I'm not sure. I'll try and... Yeah, no, I will be doing a live trading video, but because I will be in the trading room, but I'm only going to the trading room until about 10:30 absolute latest. So if we can get a trade off, if the markets are moving, then there'll be a video next Friday. And so hopefully I'll see you at some point then. Well, we'll get a video done midweek as well. I'll stop rabbiting on. Have a good weekend.